Despite everything Venezuela has gone through in recent times, the country is slowly reopening to the world. Once again, Venezuela is capturing global attention, with the potential to become one of the most extraordinary places on Earth. A country that has everything: deserts, jungles, mountains, archipelagos, and some of the most untouched biodiversity in the world. And in this video, I'm taking you to one of Venezuela's greatest treasures, Los Roques. Welcome to Los Roques, an archipelago of over 300 islands located in the Caribbean Sea, about 85 miles off the coast of Venezuela. It is the largest marine national park in the Caribbean and one of the most protected ecosystems in the entire region. Because of the protection, development here is extremely limited. No resorts, no hotels, just nature, sea, and silence. Getting to Los Roques already feels like an adventure. Only small planes land over here, and from the window of the plane, you can already see the majesty of this incredible paradise, which immediately tells you this place is different. El Gran Roque, where you arrive, is the main island, home to the airport, the village, and the posadas where visitors stay. Posadas are small guest houses, not luxury hotels, and that's part of the charm. Life here is more slowly, no traffic, no rush, no cars, just the ocean, air, and the sound of the wind. After leaving our bags in the posada, it's time to our first stop, Francisquí, which is one of the closest islands to El Gran Roque. Usually to come here it's free and is usually included with the posada as it's extremely close to El Gran Roque. This island is famous for its shallow waters, crystal clear waters, and white sandbanks that seem to float into the sea. Francisquí is also one of the best places for snorkeling in Los Roques. Beneath the surface, you will find coral reefs, tropical fish, and even underwater statues. A wonderful fact is that here is a guided snorkeling experience that takes you to a natural swimming pool where you can explore marine life and visit the statue of the Virgen del Valle, which is the protector of the fishermen and the island itself. If there is one place that defines Los Roques, that's definitely Cayo de Agua. This is one of the most iconic beaches not only in Venezuela but in the entire world. Cayo de Agua is famous for something truly unique, a natural sand path that connects two small islands, creating what feels like 4 different beaches in one place. Depending on where you stand, north, south, east or west, the color of the water completely changes: turquoise, deep blue, crystal clear, or almost white. Walking through this path feels unreal. Water on both sides, gentle waves, and nothing but silence, wind, and nature around you. This is one of those rare places where you don't feel like you need to rush because every step feels perfect. It takes about an hour by a small boat from El Gran Roque to reach Cayo de Agua, and along the way you pass endless untouched islands and beaches. It is one of the further islands in the archipelago, but it's also one of the most rewarding. Once you arrive, you immediately understand why so many people consider this to be one of the most beautiful beaches in the world. One of the most fascinating features here are the natural swimming pools, shallow, calm, and incredibly clear. These pools feels like nature's own infinity pools. Some of them even appear to have a soft pink tone. And no, this isn't a filter or an effect. This subtle pink color is completely natural. Flamingos visit an area here to drink water, and over time, tiny feathers they just drop, they shed mix with the mineral in the shallow pools, creating this incredible and almost surreal effect. It's one of those small details that reminds you how connected everything in nature is. You will often find marine stars resting peacefully on the sea. They are beautiful, delicate, and completely part of the ecosystem. It's very important to not touch them a lot and to not take them for too long outside of the water, as it can really harm them. In places like Los Roques, the beauty exists because it's respected. Cayo de Agua doesn't need music, it doesn't need noise, it doesn't need crowds. The wind, the water, and the light do all the work. This is the kind of place that stays with you after you leave. Not because of what you did here, but because of how it made you feel. Standing here, surrounded by nothing but the sea and sky, you understand why Los Roques is so special. Not because it's flashy, but because it's real. Cayo de Agua is more than a beach. It's a reminder of what the Caribbean looked like before mass tourism. A place where nature still leads and humans are simply visitors. And this is why Los Roques is unforgettable. It costs roughly around $50 per person to come to Cayo de Agua, but believe me, even though it might seem expensive, it's extremely worth it. Los Roques isn't just a paradise, it's a sanctuary. Beyond the beaches and turquoise waters, this archipelago plays a vital role protecting marine life in the Caribbean, and even beyond. One of the most important places here is Dos Mosquises, an island dedicated to conservation and scientific research. This is where endangered marine turtles are protected, studied, and given a second chance at life. Of the 7 species of marine turtles found in the Caribbean, 4 of them live here in Los Roques. Some arrive as hatchlings, others are rescued after being injured or affected by pollution. They stay here until they are strong enough to survive on their own, and only then they are released back into the open sea. Marine turtles are incredibly fragile. Something as a small plastic in the ocean can be fatal to them. That's why places like Los Roques matter so much. Protection isn't optional here, it's essential. Los Roques was declared a national park to preserve its coral reefs, marine ecosystem, and biodiversity. And because of that decision, this place still feels untouched today. No massive resorts, no overdevelopment, just balance between humans and nature. Being here reminds you that the most beautiful places on earth don't survive by accident. They survive because of people choose to protect them. And when you swim in this water surrounded by life, silence, and color, you realize something simple but powerful. Places like Los Roques don't belong to us, we belong to them. For next, we visit Noronquí, which is one of the quietest islands in Los Roques. This is where the noise disappears completely. Calm waters, almost no people, and an overwhelming sense of peace. The sun here feels untouched, the water barely moves, and everything slows down. Standing on Noronquí feels like being inside a postcard. One of those images that look too perfect to be real. This is the kind of place where you stop checking the time because time doesn't really matter here. Noronquí isn't just about doing more, it's about doing less and enjoying it. Now we move into Crasquí, which offers a completely different experience. This is one of the longest beaches in the archipelago Los Roques, stretching over 5 kilometers of just white sand. Here you can walk and walk and walk, and you got so much space. The atmosphere here can feel a little bit more social, but still very relaxed. In here it's where yachts anchor, boats arrive throughout the day. On one side you got the local fishermen houses, which live here for seasons. On the other, you got water calm, which is clear and perfect for swimming or snorkeling. Crasquí shows another side of Los Roques, where nature and simple beach life blend together effortlessly. Look at the different tonalities as well. It looks different than the previous islands of Los Roques. For last but not least, here in the archipelago Los Roques, we visited the island of Madrisquí, which is the perfect island to end the journey, as it is just 5 minutes from a Gran Roque. It is ideal if your flight is later in the day. Calm water, shallow pools, and some of the most beautiful sunsets in all the archipelago. A final moment to slow down before returning to reality. But before leaving Los Roques, I also want to mention where we stayed. We stayed at Posada Macondo. This is the kind of place that makes the experience even better. The attention was excellent, the atmosphere was warm and welcoming, and the food, honestly great. Breakfast and dinner were included every day, and even when we went island hopping to the Cayos, to the islands here in the archipelago, they prepared lunch boxes for us to enjoy during the day on the beach. Simple details like that make a big difference when you are traveling to a remote paradise like this. The food was fresh, well prepared, and always satisfying after long days under the sun. If you're planning a trip to Los Roques and want comfortable, authentic experience, I highly recommend Posada Macondo. And if after a long beach day you still feel like dancing a little at night, there is also Posada Galapagos. It's a great spot to enjoy a drink, some music, and relax some social atmosphere without losing the calm and vibe that makes Los Roques so special. Los Roques isn't just a destination, it's a reminder that places like this still exist, that untouched beauty is real, and that when nature is protected, it becomes something truly extraordinary. Beyond the headlines and stereotypes, Venezuela holds treasures that few people ever get to see. This is honestly one of them. Los Roques is definitely one of the best destinations you can visit not only in the present but in the future to come to Venezuela. And this is only the beginning, because this country has many more stories to tell. Thanks for coming with me. I'll see you in the next journey as we continue to discover Venezuela, the other side of Venezuela. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to subscribe, like, and leave a comment below, and I'll be seeing you in the next adventure. Travel wonderful!